specifically in the area of signal processing for cognitive communication and the networks. He did his postdoc from Sharda University. Professor Deshmukh has 30 years of teaching, industrial, and research experience, and he is a reviewer on IEEE system journals and many other journals of repute. Currently, Professor Deshmukh is holding the position of Director in Industry Integration and Knowledge Exchange Cell, that is IIKEC, Sharda University. With these words, I request Professor Deshmukh to please come forward and give the welcome address. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all. Professor, Vice Chancellor, Professor Khara, Dean R&D, Dr. Bhuvanesh Kumar, and all deans, HODs, directors, and all faculty of Sharda University, and the today's guest and resource person, Dr. Shinde. So I welcome you all to this very important workshop on problem-based learning or problem and project-based learning. So why actually we have organized this workshop? Because now we are, Sharda University is NAC A+ University. Also, it is rank 87 NIRF ranking. And now, again, because it doesn't end here, we have to go again up and up and up. And to do that, we have to increase or enhance qualitatively. And one of the, because we have already implemented OBE and other teaching learning methods. So one of the important part, because we had been doing traditional teaching, then we came to OBE, and finally, now one very important part is problem-based learning, because we have to now depart ourselves from these traditional teaching learning processes and jump into this qualitative method of problem-based learning so that our students can handle or learn the concepts and apply them for various problems, societal problems or technological problems, and handle them so as to produce the solutions required for the society. So with this, again, I welcome to this workshop, and I hope that you will really benefit from this. Professor Shinde is a PhD in problem-based learning from Aalborg University. And Aalborg University has this model, adopted this model since last 50 years. So they are pioneer in problem-based learning. They have implemented this model successfully for last 50 years, and they have produced very good results, or they have achieved very good results out of this. So we hope we will also, Sharda University also in Northern India will be pioneer in problem-based learning, and will help or will contribute into the societal problems. I stop here, and thank you very much, madam, to give me this opportunity, and I hope this workshop will go in smooth way now onwards until tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I take the privilege to call upon our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Professor S. Khara, who is a renowned academician and a great administrator, under the leadership of whom Sharda University is gaining new heights and new recognitions.
Thank you. Hasnan sab bhi aa gaye. I welcome all the leaders, dignitaries, directors, deans, professors, faculty members. in the two-day workshop on problem-based learning. We were in talks with some of the representatives from Bisaniketan, situated in Mumbai, how to inculcate the project-based learning among the faculty and students in Sharda University. Because as you know, the project-based learning, its modes of implementations are various in nature. Yet different institutes adopt different modes of implementations. So problem-based learning and project-based learning, I differentiate because problem may be of any nature, which not necessarily some product is to be designed. I can solve the problem by simulation, I can solve the problem by using some mathematics, analytical modeling, and so on. Or we observe certain things and characterize using certain equipments and finding new informations, making impacts in the research, thereby I have solved certain problems. But our main focus will be more rather than from the research-based or problem-based towards the project-based. We have to identify the problems and then they should develop certain mechanisms or products or some solutions leading to certain applications. From there, somebody should be able to think to move towards entrepreneurship. So that's why UGC also a lot of emphasizing that the research should be applied learning, applied research more. But applied research does not necessarily mean that no, that what PhD research we are doing that is wrong, but that is required. But yes, some big problems can be formulated where different domain-specific PhD scholars or experts can be involved. So each and every individual are doing their parts. But if you combine them, compile them, actually it is giving a solutions to the complex problems. So it is in that spirit. So that's why many big researchers or those who are very famous person, you will see that they are giving a project proposals to the funding agencies, and deliverables is something very concrete and they will serve the society and giving certain service or products. But when they are solving it, they are involving different domain expertise, but alone cannot be solved. So that fragmentize and then you solve and assimilate and combine and then you make the products. So one of the project-based learning methodology adopted by me maybe way back in 2009 in VIT, Vellore. I started for MTech students. So there are 2 semesters. Each semester they have to actually up to 3rd semester they have to take up one project. Either faculty members will identify some project, they will give it to the students, or students can come with some ideas that will be evaluated and then it can be granted and they can take up the projects. 25% of all the courses evaluations, that is marks, will be earned from this project. Means these projects will be independently evaluated and then 25% of this weightage will go to all the courses. So its purpose was that the students should be very serious to execute the project and coming out with it. So if you get 90% marks, so at least in each subject 20%. and 25 into 0.9, say 90%. So you are getting that much marks, and you will add it to that particular courses. It was successful. Lot of papers and products and that good quality projects used to come out of that. Then we implemented for B.Tech. But this is one mode of implementations of the project. But there are various modes maybe there, whether you give weightage for the only project or you give the weightage to that particular subject where most of the things or contents are related of the project related to that particular course. Here we have adopted one credit course in each semester. For engineering is a separate course itself. And many more modes of adoptions of the project-based learning is there. And evaluation also. Evaluation process you have to define. And why we are emphasizing the project-based learning in Sharda University, because last year we already published one rule, regulations that each and every faculty members, they have to identify one real-life problem and then give it to the group of students. And if that kind of projects faculty members have supervised, and then substantial weightage is there in the performance appraisal. Okay. The purpose was that faculty members should visit the industry or some corporate, some workplace, identify some real problem, and also you can take the students and then guide them, and so that very real life projects can be conducted, and subsequently they can enhance towards the entrepreneurship. So this time we are taking the data through industry integration cell, that how many such faculty members and what is the percentage of projects, final year projects, which are really done through this process. And this project-based learning workshop will be there. We'll learn few new things, but I want to only convey one thing is that when I was doing MTech in MNIT, that is that time REC in Allahabad, the project was very serious. And then we have been told by the seniors and taken that no 10% or around those students' projects are not passed by the institutes in the department. So बहुत टेंशन होता था, प्रोजेक्ट्स करना है बहुत सीरियसली करना है, और इतना सीरियस प्रोजेक्ट होता है वो MNIT में अभी भी होता होगा कि हम सोचते थे कि ठीक है और 4 पेपर कर लें, आप बोलिए 4 पेपर्स वी कैन डू इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस प्रोजेक्ट्स, but still it will not fulfill the learning, because once you do the good projects and it involves the knowledge from the all subjects, even from your B.Tech and from anywhere, sometimes you refer some mathematics, and sometimes see some protocols, sometimes explore some of the electronic devices available, what is their functionality, what will be the best devices to use for these projects. Even if you use the simulation tools, then 10 simulation tools are there. Which simulation tools really will be befitting and give me good results, and what feature is there. So by doing a good projects, the students are forced to learn many things. So by doing a project, they learn so many things, and then they think that oh theory में शायद हमने कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है, भूल गया, but ये project के through जितना पढ़ा अभी लग रहा है कि yes we have learned something. So that type of feeling is there. So that's why if we want to make the very quality teaching learning process in Sharda University, I think that very good quality projects should be undertaken by the students. And then guides should be making a very good bonding with the students and supervise it, and then they learn so many things. And I'm not going in that currently what percentage of projects and what they are doing, what is the outcome and all. But I understand that there is a tremendous need for more emphasis to improve the quality of the projects, at least final projects, for the fulfillment of their degree dissertations or capstone projects. Quality is to be improved. And more applied the projects we have to take, because we are surrounded by so many industries. 5,000 MSMEs are there. This adverb, this is 1,000 crore turnover of this robotics. It is a very one of the 5,000 companies in and around in the periphery of our NCR. So we have to explore and go and connect with them. Then huge number of problems are lying with them. The main problem with the MSME is that their turnover, say 10 crores to 100 crores, 150 crores, like that. So many companies are there. If you go to Tugalpur side, Kasna and this Firozpur, you will see thousands of such. Problem is that they are doing some packaging, some of the electronics, PCB designing and manufacturing, developing some casing, some of the small apparatus, ancillary supplying to the big companies, but they are mostly doing with their old methodologies. Okay, now sophisticated equipments have come for automation, and if you purchase those machines, then probably instead of say 100, you can produce 1,000 such products and with good quality, and you can supply. But what is the problem? Problem is that solution cost is almost more than the cost of the entire revenue of a small company, or 50%, say 10 crores or 15 crores for establishment of for modernizations of this particular industry. That is not possible for MSME, so they look for homemade solutions. So there is a catch. So if you go there, in every company, they will tell you, okay, this is the problem, can you solve? Involve your students, I want to do it like this, because I don't want to purchase it from the China or German, because the equipment cost is heavy. And those who are big companies, they are establishing and coming with such automation, so they are killing these small companies. So that is a problem. So I hope that in this project-based learning approach, we will be learning many new things. I will be attending also today to learn few things. I involved all these HODs and key persons, because let us understand that what is new thing is there in this project-based learning. We understand, and then we tell the faculty members and guide the students appropriately, so that more impactful implementations of this project-based learning or teaching learning should be there, and more outcomes will be there. So thank you very much. I wish you the grand success of this workshop.
Thank you very much, sir. And we are always grateful to you for your visionary approach. And now I request Vice Chancellor, sir, and Professor Deshmukh to felicitate our today's speaker, Dr. Vikas Shinde. Thank you very much, sir. Now I take the pleasure to introduce you all with today's resource person, Dr. Vikas Shinde. Dr. Vikas is working as professor in Mechanical Engineering Department and Director, Center of Excellence in Project-Based Learning, that is PBL, at Vishwaniketan, IMEET, Khalapur, Mumbai University. He is the first Indian PhD in PBL from Aalborg University, Denmark, awarded by the UNESCO Chair in PBL. He has trained more than 17,500 teachers through 350 plus national and international workshops on PBL and various teaching learning methods. He is a passionate entrepreneur who owns a private limited company. He received the prestigious Erasmus Mundus Mobility for Life scholarship from the European Union in 2010. He works as Erasmus Plus project coordinator and has been nominated as a steering committee member for a project having an international consortium of 6 countries, which includes Denmark, Spain, and Bulgaria. He has written many successful projects to bring the grants about 2.5 crore and has visited many international universities. He has 22 plus years of teaching and administrative experience. He has successfully led teams for NAC and NBA and has consulted 22 institutes for NAC preparation. He has been instrumental to build an ecosystem to work with industries, created 6 centers of excellence, 4 industrial labs, brought many industries on campus, and has been working with companies like Tata Steel, Salek Control, KSPG Automotive, etc. With this brief intro, I request Dr. Vikas to please take over the stage. Please, sir.
Thank you for that brief introduction. Good morning, everyone. Where I could see some pockets here, some pockets there. Okay, very happy to be here. Thanks for invitation and our single point of contact, Dr. Deshmukh. I am honored to receive an invitation for 2 days workshop. Thank you, Professor Khara. To his vision, whatever I understood from this 5 minutes interaction, what he had with you right now, I could see that there is a tremendous scope where the faculty have flexibility to inculcate PBL in their curricula. At the same time, they have scope to introduce in their curriculums through various project-based learning models. Sir has explained one model. During the day, today and tomorrow, we'll be seeing many models, in fact. Why I'm here is not about only for carrying this 2 days workshop, but the vision is much, much beyond that. Because what he said is that something, the conversion of the projects into the products, that is where we are looking up for. And we are talking about the business and business modeling, what he has said. That conversion of projects into the products, it has an entire process. And how this process is done. And what are the best ways? In what way the students can be supervised so that they can convert the normal problems into the products. So this is an entire 2 days journey which we'll have together. Very few important things which I would say, because we have full 2 days, but here it's an appropriate stage to say that whatever we do in India and whatever they do in Europe and USA are a bit different. And these 2 days are more on scientific grounding, which I will make you aware of, because we doing something like projects, we say this is something like a project-based learning. However, there is an element of some tweaking in it. And that element of tweaking, scientific grounding, I will tell you in next 2 days. That's one. The second is more on cultural point of view. Because something which works in US, something which works in Europe doesn't work in India. Because we have our own culture, we have our own education. So we have to design our own models. But understanding the principles and science and then building a models makes the complete models effective. Unfortunately, I have traveled across India, as you have been informed. I traveled, I trained many teachers, close to 17,000 teachers. But always, I had this feeling that still there is a scope for us to develop much more better PBL models. At the same time, our faculty needs to be trained on what is called as a PBL, how to implement, what are the practicing models which we can design for Indian students. And that is where this workshop is a starting point. I'm very happy to be here. Once again, I thank you, Professor Khara and Dr. Deshmukh, for inviting me here. And I'm very, very excited to see you, all of you, in the workshop. Thank you very much. Let's have a great beginning here. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir, and I wish our faculty will get much to learn in these 2 days workshop and will be able to prepare a few effective PBL models. We are looking forward. And before starting the workshop, the high tea is arranged for everyone outside the Audi. So I request everyone to have tea, then we all will proceed for workshop. Thank you so much.